Greetings gamers, KWK here with another Let's Play for you today, and this one's going to be Ninja Golf. Apparently after many long years of ninja training, you are finally ready for the most difficult test of all, 9 holes of Ninja Golf. And that is no joke. So, what do we got going on here? Well, I'm a ninja and I'm golfing, so it sounds consistent. If you'll pay attention to the bottom left-hand corner there on the screen, that shows the golf screen. That is pretty much the entire golf element of this game. And the top part is where all the battle and engagements take. While you ninja golf your way on through 9 holes, which is very difficult, you will see that those blinking dots are the bottom blinking dot, and your golf ball is the closer to the goal blinking dot. When you click the right way to drive the ball, you can see right here, when that dot's glowing, you're trying to hit the button at the exact time to where the glowing dot is as far as possible away from you and as close to the goal. Sometimes you'll hit the button at the wrong time, and when the sequence is repeating, you'll unfortunately hit the ball not that far away. So you got to be very careful and not greedy when you're trying to reach that goal there. That's pretty much all the golf element that's really in this game. This game is unique to say the least, and another proof that anything you pretty much throw ninjas in can be pretty damn fun and exciting of a game. Right here you can see that once you reach the green, you would assume to be putting. No, this is what you get. You get a fire-breathing dragon that you have to throw ninja stars at so many times until he goes away. From what I can tell while playing this game, is that he takes more ninja stars per hole. So as you progress farther in the game, with more holes, you're going to have to hit him with more ninja stars. So right here we can see the score. Not bad. Got 2 on the first hole. I'd say that's under par. Now on to the second hole. Line up our shot and drive. There we go. That's a pretty good one. Now the element that's really neat about this game is you can actually see yourself progress to your golf ball while you're going. Right there's some more ninja stars. And while you're progressing, you're going to have all these obstacles. You're going to have different types of ninjas. You're going to have the classic Caddyshack gopher right there, whipping mud balls at you. There was a bomb power-up that you can easily get whenever they have available, which clears any enemies or obstacles on the screen immediately. To pick up anything, you have to press down on your directional pad to get that going. Now, I have to say, for this game, I had to do a special order overseas controller for my Atari 7800. The original Atari 7800 joystick controller that comes with the North American Atari 7800 was just too difficult to work with. It was very difficult to play. It was killing my hand after only playing 1 hole on this game. So I went on good old-fashioned eBay and did a whole lot of bidding and research and found that for whatever reason North America never got it, but overseas, like Europe and other countries, they made Atari 7800 controllers that are much more similar to an original NES controller layout. It has 2 front buttons and a kind of joystick D-pad. And if you're going to play this game and have any chance, I'd strongly recommend getting that controller. That controller is just a must for this game. Now we're up to hole 3 and still progressing well. As you keep getting to higher holes, the obstacles obviously get more and more difficult. And the real interesting part of this game is, while you can see yourself progress and get farther and farther in this game, the terrain changes depending on how you did on your golf swing. So it really does have a good element of golf and ninja combat to kind of balance out how you do overall in the game. You can't just be really good at combat and bad at golf. You got to have a good balance of both if you're going to make it through this game. Now right here, we got to get this over the water. Ugh. Well, at least we didn't get it in the water, but we're going to try to get there. See, I got a close shot, so it ended quickly. Now I got to hit again. Now this one, there we go, that was a good hit. But now I have to progress through the water, and that's what's kind of awkward about this game. Now you're literally fighting underwater, because that makes sense. And I have to say, this is probably the most difficult part of the game, is whenever you have to fight underwater. The sharks are all over the place. If you don't have enough ninja stars, which I'm running low on, you're just going to have an even more difficult time taking out these sharks and having these ninjas just gang up on you constantly and lose health. This game feels balanced, but at the same time, it gets significantly difficult as you get farther along. I mean, I really would love to see a long play of this game legitimately done by somebody with only the 2 lives that they start with extra, and see how far they get in the game to see if they can actually complete it. I had to do a let's play on this game because even though this game is very addicting and fun, it gets extremely difficult, which you'll see as I progress through this game. I mean, I tried a few times and I was just not having it, even as much practice and setup. One way or another, you just have to be on your game one day to really see the end of this game, and unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to, but I did enjoy playing this game. I'm trying to get the highest score that I could. And right here we are now fighting our dragon friend at the putting greens again. And getting hit by those fireballs will significantly lower your health, and that is probably the hardest hit you'll take in this game, is if you get hit by any of these fireballs. Which, each time you get farther on each hole, the dragon gets faster and faster and takes more hits. So it just gets more and more difficult, which makes sense as you progress through this game. But it just seems almost too unfair with how many lives they give you. They just don't seem to give you a good balance of how many lives or how many power-ups you should be receiving while playing this. But on to hole 4, let's take a look at this damage. Now, the other thing that's pretty frustrating about this game is, say I hit the ball past the forest. It doesn't matter that I hit past it. That's an awesome power-up right there. That's so then you get full health. You still have to fight through the forest. There's like no way to avoid the forest right there. The forest is the whole way. And the same goes with water holes. If there's a water ravine around the entire green, you're going to have to progress through. But now that we're fighting through the forest, it starts getting pretty crazy. The forest is the second worst. You have to jump up and ninja star these birds if you have any chance of taking those out. While they're dropping, it looks like eggs on you for some reason. And it's almost easier just to try to dodge the eggs than it is to jump up, because a big fault in this game that is very frustrating is when you jump in this game, you are fully vulnerable. But right there, that is an awesome power-up. That's a vulnerability for 14 seconds, that shield icon. Too bad I didn't get it sooner, because I didn't get to really utilize it very long. Right here, so close to the green, still can't hit it. But right here, since I'm going to hit the ball, and I'm like right on the edge of, I believe, the deeper green than staying on the fairway, I'm going to see a different enemies. So if you're on the regular green or the regular fairway the entire time you're playing, you're going to basically just see ninjas and gophers. But here it's a little bit like the deeper rough I'm in. So now you're going to see these like mutant frogs, these oversized frogs you got to fight too. So it kind of adds to the enemies if you're not staying on the ideal course of golfing. If you kind of get it out into a water hole, or if you get it into a sand trap, you're going to fight in the areas that have more difficult enemies, and it's really going to take a whole lot of energy out of you to get through those areas. Good. Extra health. Those extra health are hilarious. They look just like the medicine in Friday the 13th for original Nintendo. That's what those totally remind me of. But we got to the green, and now we can fight our friend Mr. Dragon again, which he is getting faster and faster, and he is just taking so many more hits. This game is totally unique, and it's a game that I never really heard of or even known of, but when I ordered my Atari 7800 many, many years ago, it came with a lot of games, and this was one of the games that it came with. And that's the reason that I'm going over it with you today, is because I popped it in and I actually had a pretty good time enjoying it. I mean, it's a very solid, good game-based idea. I'd love to see a modernization of this game, or maybe some type of spin-off. I mean, it's a wacky concept when you just say Ninja Golf, but the way that they really incorporated both aspects of combat and golf into each other, I think it works extremely well considering this is on an Atari 7800. And boy, the music on Atari 7800 just totally reminds me of a PC speaker on an old computer back in the 80s. I mean, that's probably one of the other flaws of this game. They could have really used some better music other than just hearing footsteps the whole time and, you know, the action sound when you're hitting your enemies. But either way, the game still works pretty well. It gets way more difficult, especially with these like invisible type ninjas that start popping up on you. They start getting pretty hard to hit. Right there, he's sneaking about me. Good, more health. And we're still going by. We still got one more life. We're doing good, doing good. But I gotta say, this is my other frustration. I really don't want to go in the water, which I'm not because I just hit short. But they should have found a way that if you hit the ball over the water, you shouldn't have to go through the water. I mean, maybe that made the game too easy, but it gets frustrating having to do your golf game around water hazards completely to stay on the green the whole way. So then you don't have to do the combat in the water if you don't like fighting in this section. So here I am in the water, and this is where I'm going to get slaughtered, because it is just so difficult. I mean, the controls for 7800 aren't too bad. They just feel stiff, but I think no matter what, they're going to feel stiff because it's an Atari 7800. Nothing's ever going to come near the wonderful controls of an original Nintendo for this time era. But altogether, it's a very good, playable game. Like I said, it would be great if they made maybe a modern remake of this with some different twists and other types of themes and ideas. Oh man, there we go. Right there, that's another free man right there. We might have some chances in getting even farther on this. Ugh. But yeah, this putting greens, I don't know, this being a dragon every time, this is another thing that could have used a little bit of variety, maybe a different boss instead of the same dragon every time, or maybe at least change the color of the dragon so that you can kind of differentiate which hole you're on. I mean, these are just petty complaints that I'm noticing while playing this game. It'd be nice if you just had more information on the screen while you're playing. But the whole overall effect and the feel of the game is very fun. I mean, it doesn't have as much golf in it as Ninja, in my opinion, because I feel like I'm battling more than I am golfing at all. But that small enough golf element is there to justify it to be a golfing game. That you still have to plan your route on the green, and you still have to plan a way to get around and do it in as few strokes as possible. But other than all those aspects of the game, I wouldn't say it's a bad game in the least. I would say it's one of those hidden gem or unique games that definitely deserves some attention to at least be tried just for the entertainment factor and for the ability to say, hey, I played a Ninja Golf game. Because I don't know of too many other Ninja Golf games other than this one offhand. But either way, in this video, go ahead and enjoy me attempting my best on getting all the way through this game. It is not easy at all. And I think I do not get past this hole. I think I'll start getting slaughtered here. Because right here, you just have guys bombarding you non-stop, no breaks, and I don't know how you expect to make it. Barely. And while these guys just keep pummeling and pummeling and pummeling, alright, some invulnerability, there we go, just made it. Yeah, not much health neither. But the farther you get in this game, the faster everything seems to get, the more hit points it seems like things take off on you when they hit you. And let's see if we can just nail the green right here. Got it. Alright, now let's just survive to get there. Oof. Last life, let's make it count, guys. Let's make it count. Get some ninja stars. Wow. And now we're going through the rough. And back on the green. But No, I mean, for the difficulty level of this, they really need to be either more generous with, say, power-ups or health, or really just free man. I mean, I think you should be able to adjust and give yourself a few more lives than what you start with for how difficult this game is. But I'd love for somebody to post a legitimate long play of this online. Send me the link. I'd love to see a guy blast through this game and make it, because I just feel like it's way too crazy, too fast. I mean, I'd say I'm a little bit past the midway of the game, and it's getting pretty fast. I mean, it's just madness here, trying to hit this dragon, trying to make it the whole way through. And if we're going to make it and hit this guy, the timing is such a trick on this, because you can't get used to the way you did it before, because it keeps getting faster. So what worked for you before a couple holes ago is not going to work the same way that it works on this hole, because this dragon is just going way too fast. I mean, this is another element that I feel that they should put a little bit more emphasis on the golf part, maybe, for putting. And there you go. I failed in my quest. I've caused dishonor fall upon my family and myself. Yeah, if that's my only hope, is to restore honor, as to try again, I've had my fill of this game. But I still recommend it. Enjoy it, guys. And please subscribe and leave comments on what you think about this game. Thanks.